Okay, we're finally back battles. Let's go into some ranked games with a random character and see who we're going to get today. And it looks like we're playing the Reaper. We do start off with a relic case as well as a fanfare. Now, fanfare starting off might not be the most ideal thing to start off with, if I'm being honest. But let's go ahead and grab ourselves this wooden sword, craft up a torch, piggyback on sale for free monies with a big old banana and a stone. We bought the whole shop. Amazing. I was kind of hoping to grab ourselves a whetstone and craft this up into a hero sword as well. As for the fanfare, I'm going to sell it. We could go for the piggy bank with the hammer and smash it open. But first of all, I do want to grab this. We can go ahead and potentially get a little bit more damage for ourselves. Free monies, place this in as well, save our 2 goals, maybe grab the garlic for our future, and yeah, let's move on. So I am prioritizing getting a little bit extra monies over trying to win the rounds, because if we want to win the rounds, we're placing that garlic. But can we beat this Spectromancer? I mean, it doesn't look good. Hell no, we get smashed immediately. Well, it's super unfortunate, but it is what it is. Now let's take the whetstone with some storage and the stone too, and let's roll once. And that's a wooden sword I will be taking, and we're selling big old frying pan super darn quickly. Like I said, I really want to craft up a hero sword with this magic torch for now. And we place that in, grab ourselves a shiny shell as well, and some stones, and a small bit of coal stacking potentially. With an extra stone also, or lump of coal I should say. But it should be much better, right? Can we take on this ranger who is going to have lots of healing application? They're going to have some flat damage. With a shiny shell and banana, we also get a bit of a heal too. So can we actually strike? With a relic case, our damage is going to be scaling up just a small bit as well. However, is it enough to win out? Hell yeah, it is. Not bad at all. Now, what the hell are we going to go for? Because we do get Smelly Wall. We could go Smelly Wall, Reaper, Potion, Explosion type situation. We could also go Speak with Animals, grab ourselves some pets, or go False Life, Magic Torch, Falcon Blade. I think I'm actually going to take False Life for today. As mad as that sounds. Let's grab our storage. Let's take you to Amulet Feasting. Is kind of interesting. It's not really what I wanted to get. So we could have went for Smelly Wall with this, if I'm being honest, but it's too late now. Let's finish on with this. So I am trying to speed up our False Life a little bit. So we get a little bit of increased healing too. But can we take on this Hammer Dagger situation with Knife to meet you? They're going to deal some big damage with this hammer. And they didn't miss a single time with that hammer. They literally... Let's try this. Now let's take you. Probably don't want to grab you, so I'm going to reroll for the time being. Let's still reroll. As well as reroll once more. Now unfortunately, didn't get as much as I would have liked to grab. One more time. Snow sticks. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sell a stone, and I'm just going to take our box of riches. Also, we should have a stone over in this spot, right? Yeah, that would be a little bit more clever. Now, I did also try to keep this little tiny chip sapphire, so we inflict a small bit of coals. And I'm really looking for to grab ourselves a health pot so we can craft up this magic torch as fast as possible. We also need a bunch of gloves. But can we take on this enchanted weapons berserker? They took a skill that really isn't doing a whole lot for him at the moment, except give him a few buffs, which is going to be nice for us. And they do get some lifesteal with their starter bag and a little bit extra damage with Essence of Steel. And hell yeah, not bad. Now, first Prime subscription. Pay 2 fees for the next shop. Sales chance, 10% chance for crafted items are offered in the shop. And that's kind of interesting. I also want to take you out. Gooberts on sale, I kind of do want to take. And that is our health bot. So, we sell good old Gooberts. How good is this item going to be? Well, we need the piggy banks to kind of offset the fees. This I also don't really care too much about. So first of all, I'm going to take you, then sell it, and grab this also, so we can go ahead and craft this up into a mana pot immediately. Now, Goobert I also do really want to add in, because it's going to be a huge amount of healing for us. Steel Gooberts? Hell no, I don't want to go for Steel Gooberts. The problem is, I want our box riches in along your piggy bank. Do we get rid of our garlic to have in a box riches? I think so. So let's get moving on. Let's go ahead and get our magic torch crafted up. We just have to get our mana pot crafted first, and then see what this Prime subscription from Percifer is going to do for us. Well, good old Gooberts, we should be able to keep ourselves healthier as we get our damage skill up on our torch along with our relic case. As well as maybe overheal and scale up a tiny bit of max life. Now our opponents is going to be stacking up a lot of max life. Double Rainbow, they're going to be trying to get more buffs from the wand as well. And they might start stacking them in power since they managed to get over 10 luck. And this is where things are going to become super scary for us, because they have an insane amount of blind on us as well. Meaning they're actually going to be kind of duty trash. And unfortunately, the max life scaling that they managed to get was just way too much for us, making us lose again. But at least we got our hero, our mana pot. If we get gloves though, corrupted crystal could be interesting, but I don't think that's for us. Torment? Should also take this out. Haven't seen a crafted item just yet. And still want to reroll. Pair of gloves. That might be worth selling our box of riches, but I would also like to keep our options open for maybe a good old King Goobers. We're getting ourselves this Falcon blade immediately is going to be too good not to take. So blue gemstone's going to be gone, and we might have to sell our piggy bank, or even this lump of coal. If we place this back in, I would kind of like to take the topaz to trigger everything a little bit faster, but we do kind of need to move on with this. I am using our gloves in this position to speed up our charge. This one is not going to be in a good place at all. We are going to be getting a Falcon blade that's going to be stealing, well, not actually stealing our bolts, getting a lot of heat, getting a lot of luck, getting a lot of block, and just eat a ton of defenses. But they don't really have any scaling damage, so we might be able to outpace them. Just because we should be able to stabilize with our heals, and then get a small bit of scaling damage on our charge. I'm going to speed up because it is going to be the slowest round of all time. And they got a little bit of luck, but that's not going to matter too much. Now we get our dream combo of Falcon Blade Magic Torch, which is going to be insane. And also, speaking of insane, we could go for Blood Goobers instead of a King Goobers, which I'm kind of down for. Also, boots on sale. We got to take 2. I'm also considering just grabbing ourselves a big old fanny pack. Also, let's go ahead and do it. Happy enough rock on with this. So with a Falcon Blade, we should be able to trigger Goobers quite often. We also speed up our magic charge, and I would like to grab ourselves at least some sort of mana generation. But we should have a ton of lifesteal. Can we come back and beat this ranger? I mean, surely. They do have some skilling damage with Mana Mastery and Magic Staff. They're going to eat up some of our stamina with Spike Shields, but with the Relic Case, it's like the dream combo for this starter bag. And smashing. Not bad. We got our Blood Goobers, and the whole reason why I wanted to go for this combo with False Life is to go with Nocturnal Locklifter and get ourselves a bunch of lifesteal. So we can overheal like crazy. Now helmets, I do want to take, but we still want to roll, and that's more fanny packs. And then roll one more time. If we had waited one more round, so we could have actually went for King Goobers, which also would have been nuts. But I'm not really going to go for it. I also want to place these inner helmets, but for now we're going to craft them up inside our weapons. As for Nocturnal Locklifter, it's possibly going to have to sit in here because there's no real way that we can actually have our weapons targeted on the Blood Goobers. So yeah, I'm going to keep it this way. And let's get moving on. Honestly, I haven't seen the value of this. This has just been draining our funds. So it feels like this is kind of duty trash, if I'm being honest. But we should have infinite lifesteal. We should be able to scale up our max life as long as our opponent doesn't reduce our healing. We can scale up our damage on our Falcon Blade. And our Magic Torch should be able to smash out no problems at all. And hell yeah. Not bad. We do get more gloves. Blue base, since it's on sale. More fanny packs, which I'm not going to grab. This storage will take, it's a little bit of block. Don't really want any of this either, so I'm still going to reroll. And it really wants to give us every single fanny pack under the sun. I mean, surely. We're going to take it. There's only so much of it I can actually really use. If you want to go for stone helmet, or even stone pair of gloves, yeah, gloves of power could be interesting. The blue gemstone, yeah, I'm going to take it. We could go for stone helmets, stone boots, maybe gloves of power. Gloves of power could be super interesting because then we get a bit of block. Makes your Falcon Blade deal a lot more damage. It does make it pretty much activate a lot slower, but still. Could be a lot of damage. And we are facing an Anvil Berserker with so much shields. They're going to be eating up every single bit of our stamina, which could actually destroy us. And it kind of is. But with good old Blood Goobers, we should be able to lifesteal our way to victory, right? Hell yeah. Not bad at all. And the question is, what the hell are we going to go for? Enchanted weapons? Probably not. Echo Battlecry? Honestly, Echo Battlecry is probably the best we're going to get. Because we can make our helmet reduce the damage we do take along with a Nocturnal Locklifter to get even more vampirism. Yeah, I'm taking this. I'm taking it. I'm also grabbing you. Let's keep it re-rolling. We could pivot into Hunger Blade as well. And another fanny pack on sale. Is this giving us fanny packs? 1,000,000% no. but still not a single crafted item, which is even more madness. So why am I holding on to this? Genuinely, why am I holding on to this? I have no idea. I also want to sell you to roll once more. That's a big old prismatic orb. That's going to be insane value for us, especially being on sale for 7. Because we can also use that on our Battlecry. I also decided to use your stone helmet to craft up, which should be kind of nice. And that's a lot of cooldown to us, which could be problematic for us. Because, like I said, if we do not be able to hit opponents with Nocturnal Locklifter, we can't lifesteal, we can't keep ourselves healthy if they slow us down too fast. But they are only using a big old hammer with this. So we should be able to outpace. We almost have 1000 max life also. So it's not too bad. Although they do stun us a little bit. 40 golds. They still have a bunch of armor. But with 1300 max life, yeah, we should be able to outpace them. With the fatigue's help, yeah, we have crazy amounts of max life compared to them. With 22 Vampiress every time we do hit, we should be able to lifesteal like crazy. And hell yeah. Not bad once again. Also, I can't complain because we're getting a lot of red rubies, which does increase your healing amplification by an absurd amount. I'm still gonna roll. Mana orb, we do gotta grab. Also, might just take this to place that in, sell this then as well, reroll again, and finally crafted item, and it's doo-doo trash. We could try to go for double Falcon blades, which is probably not the play. So I'm thinking about placing this in this spot for now. It's going to give us 4 mana, 1 Vampirism. It's not too crazy. We should be able to trigger it again though. Reckon Battlecry. Yeah, I'm going to be happy enough with this for now as well. I'm going to sell a stone to reroll once more. Sell 1 shiny shell to reroll once more. Never mind, I'm just going to move on. Yeah, the Prime subscription seems kind of doo-doo trash. Now this mana orb might be in the worst spot of all time. It's going to be targeting blueberries along with the blood goobers. But we'll see how we get on with this because our opponent is going to be removing a lot of our buffs. Scaling up the crit chance, going to be dealing some big damage, but we got crazy amounts of lifesteal. We should be able to outpace, right? As long as they don't smash us completely, we can scale up our damage and just lifesteal our way. Hell yeah, to victory. Not bad at all. And that's a steel goobers. We can get some scaling damage on this as well, but I'm not going to take it. Okay, another prismatic orb is genuinely crazy. Another tiny blue gemstone. Might take that too, and let's keep rerolling. More of these I'll gladly take with some extra storage too. And I'm going to prioritize crafting up these purple gemstones for now. But let's get moving on once again. Also, double prismatic orbs. We should be able to start off with infinite mana. We don't exactly need the mana orb as much anymore. We also get crazy amounts of vampirism, absurd amounts of healing amplification, damage reductions. We can scale up infinite max life. And then we get crazy damage with our magic torch and our relic case and our falcon blade, which does attack twice. So our combo setup is looking decently awesome. Can we beat this Reaper? Hell yeah, we can. Not bad at all. And it's also another fanny pack. If you're not going to take big red ruby on sale, how the hell am I not taking that? That's for sure. Mana orb on sale. Demonic flask on sale as well. Do we even want that? I mean, I might have to sell these. And you. So we can actually go ahead and grab ourselves some storage. It is first Prime subscription. I've seen a Steel Goobert and a Hero Sword. Now it is only 10% chance, but still. For the amount of gold we spent for this, we generated 0 value from it. So we're actually just nerfed ourselves completely. Nerfed ourselves completely and we're still doing incredibly well. And with the perfect ruby, we should have 6 increased healing amplification. Our opponent does have lots and lots down, which is kind of amazing that we still have 6. We're doing a good job of keeping ourselves with lots of healing amplification, because one thing that this build really suffers from is if your opponent does have lots of purple rubies, purple amethysts, or captive discomforts, or anything that can just remove your healing and smash them. Now, should we take our points and run? I mean, maybe. It takes 20 seconds to win. We do have a 65 DPS. Our opponent did have 64. In terms of healing, we have 100 healing per second, and that's with so much healing down as well. So we got crazy amounts of healing. In terms of block, not a whole block. Actually, in terms of max life stacking, 45 life per second. So I do think we can actually continue on for sure. I'm also just crafting these up so we can remove buffs on hit. Let's also take you and keep rolling. Finally, another crafted item being Shelly. Maybe the gemstones have been crafted up now that I think about it. That feels like that'd be a horrible thing to do though. Although that's a big perfect amethyst. which I'm never ever going to spend it. I kind of just want to grab ourselves more stamina storage. Reroll again, more poison. It surely have to be the crafted up gemstones. I'm going to reroll once more. Now that's what I'm talking about. Stone boots. That's going to stop dragons kind of destroying us. Also going to place these mana orbs in here as well. Might grab ourselves a set of blueberries as well. Yeah, let's get moving on. Once we get these extra boots in, I'm going to place this red rupee into it as well. We should have 100% healing amplification, which means every hit is going to lifesteal for an absurd amount. We should be able to stack our max life as long as our opponent doesn't deal massive damage to us. They're going to get infinite heat stacking though. So are they going to be able to beat us out? I mean, lightning staff should be able to generate insane amounts of charge, but look at this, 2000 max life and smashing. And so grab our stone boots. We can also remove or reduce that healing as well, because that's 25% healing down. We're not sure if we really want that. This I will gladly take. Not one I was really looking for. We sell our tiny blue gemstone. And I do want to increase our healing amplification once again. So that's going to be another, what, 15%? We should have absurd bones. Yeah, 130. Now we also remove buffs from opponents. Removing the buffs isn't going to be too crazy at all. But it just kind of delays them a little bit as we scale up. Now they're slowing us down. They're dealing a lot more damage to us. We have 1500 max life, well 1300. But they have infinite heat, but that's not going to matter at all. Definitely not. Another helmet. Which is one of the main reasons why I've been rolling so much as well. Because we really want to place that down in the spot as well. And now we can actually craft up some heal reduction. If you don't have more blue gemstones, I'm still going to roll. That's everything I ever dreamed of and more. We 1,000,000% want to craft this up. Am I really going to get rid of this? Has this really been helpful for us? I mean, maybe it's been giving us those gemstones, but it feels like it really hasn't done anything at all for us. But with another helmet in, we're going to have crazy amounts of damage reduction. From the very beginning, they're going to have lots and lots of cold onto us. We do 50% damage reduction, so we can try to lifesteal like crazy, but they are going to remove a lot of our maximum health gains. There's not much we can do about that. They're going to be slowing us down. This is an opponent that could destroy us. Maybe. There's going to be a lot of coals. They do have lots and lots of buffs. I'm hoping that we can steal quite a bit of it with our amethysts. But like I said, if we do not hit our opponents, we can't lifesteal. We can't lifesteal, we can't overheal, and we can't deal damage. And unfortunately, just the sheer amount of cold does beat us out. But hey, we actually finally got another crafted item. Which is kind of interesting, but it's not something we really want. Not at all. We could grab ourselves Wonky Snowman, which I'm kind of down for. The only reason why I want to do that is to stop the opponent from scaling up so much max life, and holy moly, that's worth grabbing. So surely this has been giving us those crazy crafted items. Has to be. I might sell this Amulet of Darkness. We can go ahead and take it. Now, do we want to remove our opponent's buffs? Honestly, it's probably going to be better instead of that small bit of healing amplification, right? Because that's going to be 45% healing down, another 18%. Maybe I should craft these up. I don't really want to snowball down here, so I might move this up top because I don't want to trigger this again. Not for a little bit of cold. We should be good to go. Now this is going to be an opponent that's going to be trying to beat us down fast. With all his crits, they're trying to get that Meg Clover win con as well, but as long as we kind of remove some of their buffs, it's actually going to be a crazy amount of poison, which I didn't expect an opponent like this to be playing. But with the sheer amount of max life stacking, yeah, we should have no problem at all. And we have 100% heal reduction onto our opponents. That's kind of insane. So we should be able to outpace anybody. Potentially. Also, we'll gladly take that. Let's keep re-rolling. Do we want a Glowing Crown? I mean, being on sale, I might take it. It's kind of overkill because we're going to use our mana from the get-go instead of our helmets to get invincibility. So it is a bit redundant. But being on sale for 6, I'm going to gladly take it. But let's get moving on. Let's get moving on. I also didn't really fulfill this out all that much. We didn't really get too much vampiric items. But for the first few seconds, we take 0 damage. Then we get 50% damage reduction. We should be able to scale up our max life by not taking any damage for the first few seconds. Now, the scary thing is, that's a crazy amount of blinds stacked onto us. Our accuracy isn't going to be that great on our Falcon Blade, but our Magic Torch should be okay. Because it does have a lot of increased accuracy. The counter blind stacking builds. We should be good to go, right? 60% heal reduction, not much max life skilling. Hell yeah. And wait, that was the final rounds? There's no way that was the final round. I was having way too much fun being back in backpack battles. Because we could have sold our box of riches. We had 60 DPS by the end of it, which is amazing. Magic, Torch, Falcon Blade, Blood Goobers. One of my all-time favorite combos of all time. That's the statement I definitely said. In terms of healing, we had 100 healing per seconds. Again, it had lots of healing reduction onto us. With 42 max health gains, and in terms of block, about 6.5% block per second. Or 6.5 block per second. Which is not great. But yeah, I had way too much fun playing this. And we also took first verse Prime subscription the entire way as well. We're also kind of stun resistant as well, making this a really awesome build. But we did manage to win with 3 lives left, so how much rank points are we going to get? Plus 11, we're ranking this up to 76. Hell yeah. And like I said, it's good to be back in Backpack Battles, but stick around, I'm going to jump into some round 80 fights to see how this build can actually perform. So can we actually win going to begin another life-stealing, Chili Goober, Bloodthorn, Magic Torch type build? Surely they're going to be running out of stamina like there's no tomorrow. And I also got a spiky Pine Protector, which is going to negate a lot of our damage, stopping us from dealing damage, eating up our stamina and everything else. But this combo is insanely awesome. You get crazy amounts of max life stacking and loads and loads of buffs and loads of scaling damage. And so much healing amplification and hell yeah. And come and take on this crazy Logan Lightning Staff, Automaton, Stuffed Tronator type build. They got a lot of it, they're going to be trying to stun us like crazy. The good news is we do have a little bit of stun resistance. What, 40%? So all in all, we should be good. And they did stun us a little bit, but we also nullify a lot of the buffs. We should be able to lifesteal, that's a lot of cooldown to us actually. Which is kind of madness, because they made that snow kick go turbo insane. At 0.4 seconds, that's the fastest snow kick I've ever seen in my life. And finally, can we deal with a double lightsaber, Holy Spirit type situation, assuming they're going to try to stack up a little bit of blinds? Honestly, maybe not. You've got a smelly wall to try and inflict some poison as well. The Holy Spirit is going to make him invincible, but I don't really see them dealing insane damage. They do get invincibility, which does stop us from lifesteal, which will stop us from scaling up Max life. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is, but hell yeah.